Okay, these are the recheck problems that you need to know for the quiz on Friday from the Chapter 1 and Quarter 1 Final Recheck. Number 1 is use the graph to find the solutions to the inequality x squared minus x minus 2 is less than 0. So you're using this graph to help you decide what the solutions are. Since it's less than and not equal to, your solutions will approach your zeros at negative 1 and 2, but they won't actually be there. And you can either have the solutions be outside the graph, or the solutions actually might be inside the graph. So you're trying to determine which intervals the solutions contains the solutions. So the easiest way to do that is to pick a point. And my favorite point to pick is always 0, 0. If it works for that point, it means all of the points in between negative 1 and 2 are in the solution set. If it doesn't work, it means all of the points below negative 1 and above 2 are in the solution set. So we're going to put it into the equation 0 for x. 0 squared minus 0 minus 2 is less than 0. See if that's true. 0 squared 0 minus 0 is 0. Minus 2 is negative 2, less than 0. Well, since negative 2 is less than 0 and that's true, that means this inequality is true for this point, and the solution set is between negative 1 and 2. So the inequality will be x is greater than negative 1 and x is less than 2. Okay. Number 2. Which interval has the greatest rate of change? If you remember from class, we did the change in y divided by the change in x. That little delta sign means change. So from one set of x's, we compare it to the change in the y's. Okay, so from 0 to 3, difference between 0 and 3 for x's is 3. From 5 to 8, the difference is 3. Then in this set, from 3 to 4, the difference in the x's is 1. But the y changes from 8 to 10, so that difference is 2. Now for the next interval, from 4 to 6, the difference in the x's is 2. The difference in the y's is 5. And the last interval from 6 to 10, difference in the x's is 4. Difference in the x's is, well, 22 minus 15 is 7. Now we have a bunch of fractions with different denominators, so we can just simplify them. 3 over 3 is the same as 1. 2 over 1 is the same as 2. 5 over 2 is the same as 2.5. And 7 over 4 is the same as 1.75. So for each of these, the rate of change is greatest at 2.5, and that's between 4 and 6. So the answer would be the interval from 4 to 6. Okay. That's number 2. Now number 3 is one of my favorite problems. Don't get this wrong in the recheck or I will not be happy with you. You know who you are. All right. You have zeros at, at 5 and 2i. Imaginary or complex zeros never appear alone. They always appear in conjugate pairs. So the conjugate of 2i is negative 2i. So if those are the zeros, the factors of the polynomial would be x minus 5, because if we put in 5 for x, 5 minus 5 is 0, so that makes it a 0. Okay. The factor for 2i would be x minus 2i. And then the factor for negative 2i would be x plus 2i, because negative 2i plus 2i is 0. Okay, now to make it into a polynomial function, put in function form. We do x minus 5 times x minus 2i times x plus 2i. Then we have to multiply these all together. Start by doing the two factors with imaginary parts. F of x equals x minus 5. With just these two, I'm going to FOIL them together. X squared plus 2ix minus 2ix. Okay, and then negative 2i times 2i is negative 4i squared. Now, I squared is the same as negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 4 makes this a positive 4. So we'll simplify that really quickly. So if x minus 5 times x squared. 2ix minus 2ix cancels out. So we have x squared plus 4. Okay, down to two binomials. I just need to multiply these together, and I'll be done. F of x equals x times x squared is x to the third. X times 4 is 4x. Negative 5 times x squared, 5x squared. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Now, that's not in standard form because we need decreasing exponents. So f of x equals x to the third minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 20. And that is a polynomial. Oops, put it all in there now. That's a polynomial that will have zeros of 5 and 2i. And also the implied negative 2i. Okay, good luck on the quiz on Friday.